Dear wine lovers around the world, dear friends of Allwinestories.com, today we are honored to host Mrs. Chloé CAZAUX GRANDPIERRE, diplomat WSET, experienced creator and wine writer, jury and ambassador of Concours Mondial de Feminalise. First of all, Mrs. GRANDPIERRE, I would like to thank you for your time and effort in this interview and welcome you to Allwinestories.com.
Yeah, thank you very much to you. I'm very pleased to do this interview with you, and so hi to all the All Wine Stories lover.
Thank you very much. First of all, let's meet our host. Mrs. GRANDPIERRE has a master's degree in creative industries management, including wine, from Bordeaux. She has been working in wine business since 2009 for negotiate as broker in the first Grand Cru class of 1855 before to start her company, Chloé and Wines, in 2013. Since then, has involved in two activities. The first one is dedicated to wine and wine tourism. She has an agency to welcome wine lovers to discover Southwest France and especially the vineyards teacher. She's a teacher at Cité du Vin. Also, she promoted Bordeaux and the regional destination through Atut France and the French Tourism Office Board. Mrs. Chloé CAZAUX GRANDPIERRE is dedicated to Japanese sake and spirits. She is importer and distributor of the selection of sake, liqueur, shochu, and awamori. Correct? Japanese food supported by Jetro, sake sommelier, and the only one sake educator of France. Jury, of course, and ambassador of Feminalise since 2019. We are very proud to be here after all this spectacular achievement of you. I would like to ask you, is the Concours Mondial de Feminalise a unique project? A unique concept?
Yes, it's a very unique concept because Feminalise, it comes from the word femme, female, woman. And so all, in fact, the tasters are women. So it's many professionals or wine lovers that are really dedicated, in fact, to wine and obviously this year spirit. But it's a very unique concept in France and in the world to gather, in fact, women together to taste wine and really to share everything we know and our, experiences about wine and spirits. So it's very unique. They're the first. It's also unique because it's a family, in fact, project, also Feminalise. So when we are tasting, we are in fact part of a family, also of their family. So it's very unique, very nice, and encourage all the women to participate to such competition.
All right, yes, it's different from the other competitions. Please describe us the procedure of the competition. Who are the judges? Which are the judges' criteria to rate the wines? And which are the rules of the competition?
So in fact, about the jury, so only women, mainly wine professionals and wine lovers also. But usually we do, if we have like wine lovers, we do classes, to teach them how to taste, in fact, wines and soon spirits. It's like what we have done also this year for Japanese sake is like to gather, women to make them discover, in fact, sake and to show them also the the process to be able to taste and to rate the sake. So like this, it's not a surprise, and they know in fact what to expect, like what is a good sake and a qualitative sake with balance, length, intensity, and complexity. And it's the same in fact for wine. So then after we have a tasting form during the competition that are one for sake, for instance. We have one for wine. We will have some for spirits, obviously, because the tasting form are always different depending on the beverage that we are tasting. And then we rate for sure the sights, the color, the limpidity, the turbidity of the wine, then the smell with the first nose and the second nose, and then finally the tasting with the mouth, with the finish. So it's really an overall quality that we rate, really. So this is like the process. And obviously, if there is like an issue on the wine, we can ask. We discuss also between us, like, oh, do you think really this wine has an issue? Yes, I think so. Okay, let's change the bottle. So, but every taster then has got its own, table and is alone during the tasting, even if for sure we can, we're not so far from each other, so we can have a chat, but we're really focused on the tasting because it's very important. We're here to do, to reach a goal, and this goal is to taste the wine, to taste the sake, to taste the spirit, and to give obviously the grade that really the product deserves.
Okay, a huge work to do.
Yes.
And how many judges are?
Oh, that's a good question. Well,
from the previous competition, you have a large number of judges.
So it's a little bit complicated with the COVID. We had issues with the COVID. So this year, I don't know how many tasters we were. Maybe 40 or 50 in different like sessions, because it was a very unique, period of time. We had like some lockdown and everything. But I remember when I participated to my first Feminalise like several years ago. So without the COVID,
of course.
I don't know how many women were there, but we were like quite a high number. So it all depends obviously of the number of samples that Feminalise got every year. And I know that this number is quite raising year after year. Maybe I can check in the same time, because I think it is written on their website the number of samples they had this year and the number of tasters, because I know that it's raising year after year. Let me check to be sure.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, yeah, you see, okay. So no, we were much more we were much more than that. With the COVID, I had this impression that we were like in small groups, because we were in small groups. But this year, we tasted 5,246 wines.
Wow.
And we had 800 taster in 2021.
Extraordinary number, I think. Okay.
Extraordinary number, yes.
Yeah.
So you see, and we started, so Feminalise started in 2007 with 1,120 wines and 170 tasters. So yeah, so it's quite a lot.
A lot. Okay, let's talk about the role of Concours Mondial de Feminalise in the development of the wine and spirits.
So in fact, the role really in the development is very important because it's only women. When you look at the numbers usually of like who is buying wine at home, most of the time it's women. And so we thought that would be like very interesting also for women to taste basically wines. And obviously the medals are for all type of wine. It's not only female winemakers that are participating to Feminalise. We have male winemakers, like everybody is welcome. But it's true that for the final consumer, it can be like interesting to see what women tasters have thought about the wine, and maybe it will ring the bell more to female consumers. So it's and also it gives really, you know, a place to women. Wine, spirits, sake is a very male-oriented business. And so Feminalise is creating a place where lots of women can gather, can meet, can exchange, can share, and can maybe speak and taste maybe more freely than when they are, you know, like in their jobs, or, you know, which is very male oriented. So it's why in fact Feminalise is so important, I guess, and we still needs Feminalise today.
Yes, I believe these women are a large audience, and
Yes.
many wine lovers and friends of Allwinestories are women. So, do you believe that Feminalise can play a big role in the global wine industry?
Yeah, sure. I think obviously it started in France, but in every country you have female tasters, you have female wine lovers and female sommelier and so on. So it's very important to go big, to go abroad, to go in Greece, like for instance, or to go like in Europe, in the US and everything. It's still this message, you know, of like creating a safe place for women to be able to taste and to share. And it's very important today worldwide. So yes, Feminalise competition can play a very big role in the global wine industry, also because maybe for sure it's only female that are tasting, but the process is very professional. We have more and more samples, which means that the competition is recognized, you know, more and more by the winemakers, and it's very well done. As I told you, like we are prepared, we know the tasting form, we train, so it's something very seriously done by Feminalise.
Yes. Yes, I have noticed in this first day of our cooperation. And let's talk about Greek wines. What is your opinion of Greek wines compared to the other producing countries?
You know, I love Greek wines. I was waiting really, you know, like you said in introduction, I am graduated from WSET diploma. And obviously we studied Greece in WSET diploma. And I was so pleased. I couldn't wait to taste Greek wines. I don't have the opportunity a lot to taste Greek wines, but you have marvelous wines. The quality is increasing more and more. And you have this incredibly amazing opportunity to have unique grape varieties. I mean, Xinomavro, Assyrtiko, Agiorgitico. It's only produced in, and you have so many.
So many, yes. Malagusia or others.
Yes, but it's really produced like from basically Greece. So it's really an incredible opportunity for a global market also to say, okay, we're different from the other because we have our own grape varieties and our own style. And I was in Santorini in 2019 and I visited so beautiful like wineries and tasted marvelous wines, especially from Assyrtiko, with like nice acidity, minerality, fruits. So yes, I love Greek wines. I'm a Greek wine lover.
And you're always welcome in our country. And,
yes. Thank you.
I could say, dear wine lovers, dear Allwinestories friends, we have the pleasure and the honor to host Chloé CAZAUX GRANDPIERRE today. What an amazing person. We are thankful, dear Chloé, for choosing allwinestories.com. Allwinestories.com is going to continue bringing the best to its followers. We are committed to provide always accurate information and to present the best of the wine industry. Thank you again. It's a big honor to have you here in allwinestories.com.
Thank you to you. It was my pleasure. Thank you very much. And see you soon in Feminalise.